What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Forza Horizon 2 for a drift build that has been extremely highly requested pretty much ever since the game came out, and that is a RB26 swapped Nissan S15 drift car. Now, we're going to be basically fully building this thing. It's going to be pretty much ridiculous. We're going to be putting everything on it. So, as far as colors go, I think we'll start with... I like red. I like red a lot. You guys know I paint a lot of my cars red, but, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go with red. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of cars that look good in red, and it just suits them really, really well, so, we may repaint this car in the future, but really what we're focusing on right now is just purely on the build. That's what we're really just gonna get absolutely totally focused on. Now, my next, kind of real-life car build, kind of like replicating a real-life car like I did with the Viper TA. Another episode of that will also be coming soon. I'm going through the comments on the Viper TA video, trying to figure out which one to do. But you guys will definitely be able to see that when it comes out. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the garage.
All right.
And
So what
as
are we
far
doing
as the
here right
upgrades
now?
go, we are gonna go ahead and first handle the platform, suspension, everything in that area, general area anyway, all the way down, and so we have maximum adjustability. And we're gonna just pretty much overhaul the drivetrain, everything in it, just all the way full race mode on everything. I'd love if I said race mode, but that's pretty much what you're doing. I feel like the wheels and tires have this really weird, like, offset to them, the way they tuck up, though. They don't seem to tuck up quite properly. They just seem to be a little bit too far in relation to the fenders. Just, I don't know, in my opinion anyway. Maybe that's just the way, it looks. I don't know. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and handle the tires and wheels. And then we'll keep the stock tire compound for sure. Front tires, we'll be bringing those up to 235s. The rears, we'll be bringing those up to, 235, 255 is usually a really good setup. I thought about going 235, 275, but I feel like 235, 255 is a really good, nice balanced setup for this type of car, for this size of car, kind of around this this weight range too. So now, as far as the wheels go, I'm definitely gonna head straight to the HREs. And as far as which specific style, I'm not quite sure yet, to be honest. Those look really nice, though. These do, too, though. I really like these. We're definitely going with those. We're going to change the color up a little bit, though. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Bring them up in size a little bit. Yeah, 19 looks really, really nice. It's not too big. It's really, like, just that perfect size to suit the car. Yeah, that looks very nice. You can do a lot with the aero and appearance on these cars. There's so much you can do. But we're going to try and keep it a little bit more on the basic side. We're not going to go overboard with the actual aero stuff. So we're going to go with a, let's see. I feel like I want to go with this particular front end because it's not over the top, but it is just a little bit lower. The kind of mouth at the front of the car is a little bit larger. It just looks a little bit better to me without being overboard, like I said before. And for the wing, kind of want to have it wingless, but actually, you know what? Yeah, that's really, really clean. I'm going to have it wingless. For the rear bumper, we are going to go with, ooh. The Nismo bumper changes the exhaust. We're going with that, for sure. Because the stock exhaust was just kind of eh. So, definitely going with the Nismo rear bumper. Kind of like the top secret side skirts, actually. And then for the hood, And as far as that goes, we're going to obviously leave the drivetrain alone because we are building this for drifting, not for any ridiculous all-wheel drive stuff. 366 horsepower, just with a couple of upgrades so far. 385. It's getting quite a boost in horsepower for sure. I always like to play this little guessing game whenever I'm upgrading an engine like this, just to try and guess where the horsepower is going to come out to. I'm betting anywhere from, I don't know, 850 to 950. 522. Yeah, it's climbing very fast. So, especially after we do those turbos, or we upgrade to the race turbos, at least 850. It's got to be at least 850. We'll do the turbos last. We'll make the turbos the very last thing we touch. 638 horsepower. Race flywheel. And actually, you know, it might not be 850. But we'll see in a second. 748. That's actually, to be honest, quite a bit less than I thought. It would come out to, but either way, it's still got more than enough power to get this thing ridiculously sideways. But we're going to go ahead and do a couple of changes in the paint shop. If we can get back out of there. And, okay, designs and paints. And basically all we're going to do is we're going to give it a carbon fiber hood, and we're going to mess with a couple different wheel colors and see if there's anything else that I like or that I want to change about it. So, I'm going to go ahead and head right over to the special colors. And, oh, that's for the whole car. Damn it. For the hood, we're going to head over to the special colors. And the polished carbon does look really nice. Why carbon fiber hood? Because race car, that's why. And definitely going with the carbon fiber mirrors as well. The wing, there's no wing, so nothing changes back there. Now the wheels. I'm a little bit curious to see how the wheels handle these different colors. Now the carbon fiber, you just can't really see them. So I'm actually thinking about going with a white on these wheels. We're going to see, though. Let's actually see about doing a white with some kind of metal flake in it. So white, and then from there, do the flake color, and we'll make it just a little bit of a blue. So they're white with that little tiny bit of a blue tint to them. I don't know how much you can actually see the blue tint because it's not super dramatic. You can see it right there, kind of in that light you can see it, but I don't know. It may be more dramatic once we get it out of the paint shop, but we'll see. And then for the window tint, we'll just kind of leave that alone because honestly, I just really wanted to actually test this thing out. Because it's honestly the first S15 I've really built in Horizon 2. I've built a couple of other S chassis, but this is the first S15 I've ever used. So definitely, I mean, it being tail happy is going to be an understatement, I think, for sure. Oh my god. The sound of that turbo. That is ridiculous. Let me get it out on the road and you guys can listen to that turbo, because it is crazy. Alright, I'll rev it a little bit. Give you guys a bit of turbo noise. You hear it a lot more on the inside, actually. That sound is insane. And as I expected, it gets the rear end out very, very nicely. Very controllable as far as first impressions go. Very light, very easy. Easy car to just kind of get the rear end out, get it to really get the car to do exactly what you want it to do. Ooh, XP. I didn't even see it back here. see if we can head back up the other way. And once we get back up to the other side of the town, we'll do, we'll transition and do some first person. Because I know there's a lot of people that like to see first person, and there's also a lot of people that like to see third person, so I'm going to try and give you guys both views. Very stable, very easy car to catch, for sure. Switched up to interior now. And a plus side of this is the fact that the interior is very nice. Ah, spun it. But yeah, like I said, a plus side of this car is the inside, the interior is very, very nice. It's just a nice, it's a cool interior to look at. Watch your little boost gauge. That's honestly, like, every time I switch this car to the interior view, I just stare at the boost gauge. So, I mean, you might not want to use the interior view if you have a habit of staring at boost gauges. Because, I don't know, I get a little bit mesmerized by boost gauges because they're fun to play with. But, I mean, other than that, it's totally usable on the in the interior view and the exterior view. You can do high-speed transitions like we're doing right now, just on a straightaway if you want to keep your points up. So, very good car for scoring if you're trying to look for massive scores. But also a really good car for anything like tight and precise. So, it really works out well for multiple styles of drifting. So, if you prefer the kind of like the, I don't want to say long distance, but like high-speed transitioning kind of style, long sweeping corners, that kind of thing, then this build will work for that. And if you prefer technical stuff, this build will work for that too. And I just realized I've been drifting this whole time without a tune. I haven't even touched the tune. And honestly, I haven't wanted to. I mean, I don't feel like there's nothing that's jumping out at me like, oh my god, that needs to be changed in the tune immediately. A lot of cars, they really require a few changes before they feel really, really good. I mean, they'll feel good, but they require a couple changes to the setup before they feel like really, really good. This car, I have not even once thought about changing the tune, except for right then when I thought I didn't actually touch the tune. So, really, all you need to do is go and stick that setup on this car, or whatever setup you want. That was close. Or whatever setup you want, really. I mean, you don't need this much power. You don't need to fully build the swap. But, I mean, you can if you want to. And it's fun. It gives you pretty much the opportunity to go sideways every single time you hit the throttle. But some people prefer to drift with a little bit less horsepower. And I completely understand that. I learned how to drift in Forza back in Forza 3 with less power. And it, like I said, it can be a preference. Wow, okay, I was avoiding him completely. But he just decided to plow into me and decided his brakes didn't exist. But anyway, some people prefer to drift with less horsepower. I understand that because that's how I learned in Forza, was with lower horsepower cars, and that's fine. It actually takes a lot of skill to drift lower horsepower cars, and some people prefer to drift higher horsepower cars. The only thing is, I mean, you can't really start to rely on the high horsepower kind of as a crutch, but once you get really good with lower horsepower cars, that's when the higher horsepower cars start to become even more effective. So if you're just getting into it, maybe build it to a little bit less horsepower. Right now we're on it's almost a 750 horsepower setup. I would say build yours to about maybe 400, and then just kind of leave it at that. There wasn't really any escaping that, to be honest. They were just plowing forward. There was no getting away from that one. But I would say maybe if you're just getting into it, build yours to about 400 horsepower, get to it there, then kind of up it to 450, 500, 550. Take it in stages so you can get used to the car and get used to how it feels. But if you're experienced, just throw the full 750 horsepower at it and just go crazy and start posting ridiculous scores, because that's what this car is made for. Come on. Oh, man, I lost it. Can get around that Yaris. And once you get into boost, it will just go and go and go and go and go and not let up whatsoever. And the nice thing about it, too, is that I have quite a few drift cars at this horsepower level that start to become only good at stuff like what I'm doing now. Like, high-speed transitions is, like, all they're good at. But this thing is really nice because you can use it for precise stuff. You can use it for this. Pretty much whatever you want, and it'll just adjust itself to really whatever you want it to do. And that's kind of the best type of drift car. The other another drift car of mine that I really like that does that same kind of thing is my GT86. So, I can't remember what that one has. It's like 950 horsepower or something like that. It's ridiculously high up there, but it's got that same kind of character, and that's the character that I look for in a lot of these drift cars that I build, because I really look for balance, and because balance is what brings any kind of car together, whether you're looking at a drift car or a circuit car or a drag car, any kind of car, it needs to have balance. Otherwise, there's almost no point to it, because if it's out of balance in any way, that one way is going to throw the rest of it out of balance. So, now, keep in mind, though, you can change things and improve it, yes, but you want to improve that balance and not reduce it. And this car, pretty much you can do whatever you want in the horsepower department, and you won't take that balance away. It's got amazing balance. And, ooh, as we drift through some flowers and a roundabout, ooh, get it, there we go. Trying to stay focused because we're on a little bit of a nice combo. I wanted to see if we can keep this thing going. Normally, I don't start big combos like this when I do drift builds. I kind of just drift around a small area, but I don't know. I just kind of got to talking and started taking this random route, and now we're on a decent combo, so I feel like we could kind of just keep it going and see how far we can go with it. I don't know if it'll be anything ridiculous, but it's definitely worth a try. No. Oh, when the AI hits you and you can't change your line, that's when it starts to kind of suck. But if you guys enjoyed this build, I know it was a highly requested build, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. Then don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.